ይህ በእሺ ሚዲያ ተዘጋጅቶ የሚቀርብላችሁ የአምባሳደር ቲቪ ሾው ነው። ዛሬ የምንገኘው በጣም ጥንታዊ የሆነው የእንግሊዝ ኤምባሲ ውስጥ ሲሆን ከእንግሊዝ አምባሳደር ጋር ያለንን ቆይታ አብረን እንመልከት።
So I'm Darren Welch. I am the British ambassador to Ethiopia and also our permanent representative to the African Union, and I'm really delighted to welcome you here today. It's an important day for us. We are preparing to celebrate our King's birthday tomorrow, so you'll see a lot of activity happening around this compound.
አምባሳደር ዓለምን በቤቱ የሚያዩበት የቴሌቪዥን ፕሮግራም የየሀገራቱን ባህል፣ ታሪክ፣ ንግድና ከኢትዮጵያ ጋር ያላቸው ግንኙነት ነፃ የትምህርትና የሥራ ዕድሎች በአዝናኝ አቀራረብ የሚዳሰስበት
አሁን የምትከታተሉት ያላችሁት የአምባሳደር የቲቪ ሾው ነው።
በአምባሳደር ቲቪ ሾው በባህር እንጠልቃለን፣ ተራሮችን እንወጣለን፣ አብረን እንማማራለን፣ አብረን እንደሰታለን። በእሺ ሚዲያና ኮሙኒኬሽን ተዘጋጅቶ በፋና ቲቪ ብቻ ዘወትር አርብ ምሽት ያገኙናል።
Adiós, muy buenas.
አምባሳደር
Hello, ambassador.
Welcome.
How are you? Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Please.
Thank you.
Come in.
How are you?
Very well,
Hello.
thank you. And we're enjoying this beautiful weather.
I know.
We're very lucky.
በጣም የሚያምር ግቢ ነው ያላችሁ. You have a beautiful compound.
We're very lucky to have this compound. We've had it for 125 years. So we try to take good care of it. I'll show you some old photos later. You'll see how we've changed it. Let's go in, please. So welcome. And you'll see here we have this very old building from 1910, but it records all of my predecessor ambassadors, starting from before we had this building even in 1842. So you'll see there are many ambassadors here recorded on the columns, and over here will be where my name eventually goes.
Right there.
Right here.
So, ምን ያህል ጊዜ ሆኖት እዚህ ከመጡ? How long has it been since you've been here in Ethiopia?
So I've been here for nearly 2 years now.
So how has it been? እንዴት ነበር ቆይታውት?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, there is never a dull day. There's always something to keep us busy, and the relationship between the United Kingdom and Ethiopia is really important. So I'm here to strengthen that relationship, to celebrate the things we have in common, to support Ethiopia's development, and it's a wonderful role to have. I feel very privileged.
Nice. እዚህ ከመምጣቱ በፊት የት ነበሩ? Like before you came to Ethiopia, where were you stationed?
So I was stationed in London, and I was the UK's Global Health Director during the COVID pandemic. So my job during the COVID pandemic was to try to bring that pandemic to an end as quickly as possible and to make sure that we prepare better. So if there's another pandemic, the whole world is more prepared. So that was what I did before, and I still take a very keen interest in health and health here in Ethiopia as well.
ስለዚህ ይሄኛው ስቴሽን ነው like የመጀመሪያ አምባሳደር የሆኑት ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ነው ማለት ነው. So this is your first station as an ambassador in another country.
It's my first role as the King's ambassador, but I've worked in a number of countries overseas in different roles before, including here in Africa.
እስቲ ስለዚህ ነገር ያስተዋውቁን. What is this good shows us?
So this is the royal crest. This is the symbol of royal authority, and we have it in our ambassadors' residences. It symbolizes that I am the representative of His Majesty the King here in country, and you will see that it has symbols there representing all parts of the United Kingdom: Wales, Scotland, England, and Northern Ireland.
አሁን ወዴት ነው እየገባን ያለነው? Where are we now?
So this we call our Durbar dining room, and this is a very important space that we use for functions and entertainment. And we have here a wonderful old piano, which was a gift from the Emperor Haile Selassie to Her late Majesty the Queen. It's a wonderful piece. We keep it tuned and we still use it.
Wow.
We held a charity concert here a couple of months ago with our wonderful friend Girma Yefreshewa, who played for us and helped raise money for a local charity supporting elderly people.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I see the crest here. The Habesha.
Indeed, the imperial
Yeah.
imperial symbol is there.
Habesha.
And this came across from the coast on the back of camels. 100 years or more ago, this was brought by camel.
በግመል ጀርባ ነው ተሸክመው ያመጡት ማለት ነው። እነዚህ ወፎች የምናያቸው ምንድን ናቸው? So what are these birds? I see lots of birds in this room.
You do. So this is a wonderful reserve for nature here, our compound. We've got hundreds of trees and many bird species which live here. And so we conducted a survey of the bird species here. There are 60 of them, and we have these wonderful photographs which were taken by an Ethiopian photographer to show the bird life which makes its home here in the compound alongside the embassy. So you'll see some wonderful, this is a Turco, and they're fantastic shots. He's really framed them beautifully.
But they're very beautiful.
And it's important for us because the United Kingdom government is making climate and nature one of its big priorities. So we're trying to live that here in our everyday work, both through our relationship with the government, our programming, but also the way we look after this compound. We have some wonderful photos, as you can see here. This, I think, is one of my personal favourites. Yeah,
cute.
I really like the red colour in that is lovely, and the way the bird is looking at us.
And that the grumpy one over there?
That one's very grumpy. That one looks like he's the boss.
Yeah.
He's the boss. But it's quite a rare eagle. We're very lucky to have it here in the compound. This one is, many people say it's their favourite.
Yeah, I have never seen one like that before. Yeah.
And we have a lovebird here as well.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Well, they come in pairs actually.
Like the parrot
the parrot type, that's a lovebird. And we get them come through in big flocks, and they're really beautiful.
Wow, beautiful. ይታዩኛል የኢትዮጵያ ምስሎችም አላችሁ. I also see Ethiopian paintings.
We have wonderful paintings here that celebrate Ethiopian culture and heritage, and we have some very famous and old prints as well, which are very old. Again, they're more than 100 years old, and they depict different countrysides and landscapes across Ethiopia. So this room is a celebration of the Ethiopian-British relationship, and somewhere we use really intensively for entertaining.
ስለዚህ ለእርሶ በጣም የሚወዱት የኢትዮጵያ ባህል ወይም ደግሞ አከባበር ስነ ስርዓት የትኛው ነው? So for you, which one is, like, you've been here for 2 years, which one is your favorite holiday in Ethiopia or cultural traditions?
They're all good. They're all good, but if I have to choose, Timkat. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I like about that is we have a big celebration that goes in front of the embassy compound along the road, and our local church, Kidani Meret, invited me this year to come and speak to them and to be part of that celebration. And the colourful costumes that everybody wears, and the music and the dancing, it's really unique. You see it nowhere else, and it's very welcoming. So I've always felt that my Ethiopian neighbours, when we're part of a neighbourhood here, they invite us in, they welcome us in, and they treat us as part of a bigger family. So I really enjoy that particular festival.
እንደዚህ ተመሳሳይ የሆነ አከባበር ወይም በዓል አላችሁ እንግሊዝ ሀገር? Do you also have similar holidays or celebrations in your country?
We do. Nothing perhaps quite as vibrant and as colourful as the festivals here, but I really enjoy Easter. The British Easter festival is about new life, renewal, and it comes at a time of year when we have many spring flowers, and you can sense that the warmer, nicer weather is coming. You take off your winter coats and people begin to go out a bit more. So I really enjoy that festival. Easter. Much better. Please, let's go through and I'll show you a wonderful piece of art.
Yeah.
He does look very grumpy,
I
doesn't
know.
He's having a bad hair day.
I know. He's like
Yeah.
Say what?
Don't mess with him. Don't mess with him.
Looks like continue.
So this oil painting here is nearly 400 years old, so it's got real historical interest, and it's a portrait of our first King Charles. So we've had 3 kings named Charles. This was the first one, and he was he was actually executed. He met an unhappy end. But it's a very historic piece. I'm very pleased to have it here. And of course we have a new King Charles III. And as I say, we'll be celebrating his birthday tomorrow. This represents, with a small break, 1,000-year monarchy in the UK. And that monarchy gives us a sense of history and stability and confidence as a country. The monarchy is somewhere we go, something we go to at times of our national trouble, but also our national celebration, and it gives us a great sense of stability. We're very lucky to have it. By an Ethiopian artist, commemorates and celebrates the visit of Her Majesty, Her late Majesty, the Queen, in 1965. And you can see the way her face is presented or represented. She's almost become Ethiopian. Yeah, there's a real appropriation of her, which I think is a wonderful thing, that she's seen through Ethiopian eyes as Ethiopian. And that again celebrates the links between our country. And you can see her arriving on the marvellous Ethiopian Airlines plane there, and all the way through to the state banquet. She actually hosted in this room we're in now as well, and then her progress across the different landscapes and sites of Ethiopia. So it's a wonderful piece that we really treasure here in the residence.
ንግስተ ሳባን ታሪክ የምናሳየው በእንደዚህ አይነት መልኩ ነውና አመሳስለው መስራታቸው በጣም ያምራል፣ በጣም ደስ ይላል. We also have like our Queen Shiva. Yes. So the way they told the story is like this, and it's very beautiful, very similar.
There are definitely nice echoes of the two.
Like the storytelling is very Ethiopian.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I can't read any of this, unfortunately, but maybe you're able to.
So it's just naming the locations where they are and what they were doing.
The falls
this is
at the Nile.
And Bahar Dar, Addis Ababa, Kidan, Haile Selassie, college. So it's in the school. Yeah, so it just tells us. Yeah,
explaining where she is. It's really wonderful. We're very lucky to have that.
ይህንን ስለ አውሮፕላን ስናነሳ አሁን ሰሞኑን የገባ አዲስ አውሮፕላን አለ ከእናንተ ሀገርና ስለሱ እስቲ ትንሽ ንገሩን. There is this new plane that came just from seeing this
it reminded me as well, actually. So yesterday I had the pleasure of being on the inaugural flight of the new A350-1000, which is a fantastic new Airbus plane, very fuel efficient. It's going to be flying on the route between Addis Ababa and London, which is very, very exciting for us to help build those people-to-people links. And the wings of that plane are made in Wales, in the United Kingdom, and the engines are from Rolls-Royce in Derby. So again, it's an Ethiopian plane, but it's got British manufacturing and technology, and it's a very modern, exciting new venture between our two countries. Ethiopian Airlines has been flying for 75 years between Addis and London, so there's a lot of history there, and we're looking forward to the new exciting adventure with Ethiopian Airlines too.
የረጅም ጊዜ ወዳጅነት አለ በኢትዮጵያና በእንግሊዝ መሃል. There is a good friendship between Ethiopia, like a long-term friendship between Ethiopia and your country. Is really nice.
So we've got some really interesting historical books that we preserve here in the residence. We've actually got a library of more than 400 different books, and if you look at this one here, it's got some amazing photographs of this compound in 1911.
Wow.
And this is the building we are in.
It's levitated.
It looks like it's levitating, exactly. There was nothing here. This was really empty land when it was given to the British, and now it's completely different. It's like a forest. So we are preserving and improving this land. It really links to the point I made earlier about valuing biodiversity and nature, and we feel we are custodians of biodiversity and nature here. And then if you look at this photograph, when we came in the front door and I welcomed you, had we turned around, that is the view over what is now Addis, and there's very little there. The city has developed tremendously in the time that we have been here.
And where is this?
This is also the residence building that you're now in. And you see the little ambassador's child on the donkey.
Little one.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then here, so this is the oldest book we have, and I have to wear gloves if I'm going to touch it, is from 1540. So this is, again, it's nearly 500 years old. And it records some of the first European visitors to Ethiopia, what we now call Ethiopia. And it's an amazing piece. It's written in the Portuguese language, and it's the story of Prester John, as he was called, of the Indias. And if you look at the back here, and I have to be very careful with it.
Is it a dragon?
It's got this wonderful dragon, and it says here it was written or printed on the 22nd day of October of 1540.
Wow.
That's in Portuguese. And here we have a British book from a little bit older. This is from the 1670s, but it shows some of the wildlife of Ethiopia. There's a theme here, isn't there? Wildlife, nature.
Yeah.
And this shows some very unhappy looking elephants, which are...
they look between pig and elephant.
And you wonder whether the person who drew them had actually ever really seen them, or they were drawing from somebody else's description.
Yeah.
But it shows some very human-looking, rather unhappy elephants who are feeding and taking down the trees. But we're very fortunate here. We've got some really wonderful historical pieces.
Can you know where is this from? This one?
From the book. So the book was printed in United Kingdom. It's written to the courteous reader, so you have to be courteous or polite. And it says, "At length I present you with my Ethiopic history, long promised and long expected by my friends." And it talks about the wonders of Ethiopia, which of course was totally unknown to my part of the world.
And what is this town?
This is shows that it belongs to the British legation, before we had a British embassy. And here we can see a new history of Ethiopia, being a full and accurate description of the kingdom of Abyssinia, and it was published in London in 1682. So the history between our countries really goes back a very long time.
1682 is a long time ago.
And I feel quite a responsibility as only the latest in the long line of British representatives here to make sure I treasure that relationship, strengthen it and hand it on in very best condition to my successor in due course. That'll be a long time yet. I'm enjoying myself far too much. I want to stay.
Yeah, amazing. በጣም ደስ ብሎናል ይሄንን ለመስማት like እርስዎ በጣም ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ደስተኛ ስለሆኑ ይሄ ታሪካችንን እንደዚህ ቆንጆ አድርገው ለመጠበቅ እንደዚህ ጉጉቶን ስናይ በጣም ደስ ይለናል ለኛ. We're very happy also to see your so passionate about conserving our culture and loving our country. It makes us really happy and emotional about this.
It's my pleasure. And it's a wonderful piece by an Ethiopian artist which goes very well in this room, but it speaks to the long history of Ethiopia, the depth of the culture, and it also reminds us that we are all a collection of our memories, the things that have happened to us, the people we've met, the interactions we've had. So I think it's a really important piece, actually.
But I don't remember. It's really beautiful.
So a little test for you.
Yeah.
In this wonderful Ethiopian collage, can you see 6 British flags and a photograph of the Queen?
Okay, I see the Queen.
Oh, that was quick.
There.
Yes.
And then I see a flag over there.
1.
And then here.
Yeah, 2.
There.
3. Well done. And up a little bit. 4.
Oh, yeah, 2 here.
Trust me, there are 2 more there.
2 more, 2 more. Ooh,
But it's really nice to have that here in the residence because it is, it couldn't be more
Is it this
Ethiopian. There's 1 there, exactly. I think that's 7 actually, it's an additional one.
I keep finding new ones.
You keep finding, but it's very Ethiopian, it's a wonderful Ethiopian piece of art.
Because
but Britain is in there, so we're together.
Because the people that are in this picture, they're all very historically famous.
Yes.
They're all like
singers.
You have runners, singers, some military people.
Yes.
You have many. This is an amazing piece.
It's beautiful.
በጣም ቆንጆ አርት ነው። ሁሉንም ሰው ያካተተ።
Come this way.
Yes.
So as you can see, we're busy preparing to celebrate the King's birthday.
Yeah.
It's lots of activity and work. The residence is looking magnificent. The gardens have all been well prepared.
Yeah, በጣም ነው የሚያምረው. It's beautiful this house, especially compared to the picture that we saw levitating. Photo ላይ እንደዛ ተንሳፎ አሁን እንዴት እንደሚያምር.
It's changed a lot over the years, hasn't it?
በጣም እዚህ የመጡት ከቤተሰቡ ጋር ነው ወይስ ብቻዎትን ነው? Are you here with the family or you're here alone?
No, I'm here with my wife. I'm very lucky that I had my wife is here, and my daughter was here as well. She was here for the first 18 months of our stay. She's now gone back to university in the UK, but she will be visiting us next week. She loves coming here. Yeah. And my wife is helping with some volunteering here. She's helping teach English to some children in a local school. So we're very happy here as a family, and I'm very lucky to have their support. I couldn't do what I do without the family supporting me.
Amazing. በጣም ደስ ይላል። እንደ ልጅ ደግሞ ያው እቺ ውሻዋም አለች. And as a extra daughter you have Zulu.
We have Zulu. Our little piece of Ethiopia, a little piece of Addis will be taking home to the UK one day.
Your adopted daughter.
Indeed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So this is Zulu. She's an Ethiopian street dog. She's proudly wearing her Union flag, you can see. She's helping us celebrate the King's birthday. And she's a part of Ethiopia we'll take home with us. She's a street dog we rescued from Addis, and she's now living in the residence as part of the British family. We're very happy to have her. She's a good girl. You see, she's got her flags on today, especially.
So what's happening here? ምንድነው አሁን እየተዘጋጀ ያለው?
So we're preparing for a stage where we will have a wonderful Ethiopian band of people or group of dancers, people living with disabilities, who are going to come and perform a dance about peace for us. And that's a really important message that we want to send tomorrow, that peace is important in Europe where there is no peace, it's important in the Middle East where there is no peace, and it's important here in Ethiopia. And we really want to see strong efforts towards this great country coming to be at peace with itself. So there's going to be a wonderful dance tomorrow, a dance for peace. And then we're going to have some Scottish dancing. We are bringing in a band of Scottish performers, and I'm hoping our Ethiopian friends will take to the dance floor with great enthusiasm and learn about part of British culture, the Scottish dancing. So we're really looking forward to that. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
And you'll see we've brought a little bit of London to Addis. We have here Big Ben, now known as, of course, the Queen Elizabeth Tower in honour of our late Queen, and a British red telephone box. Very famous.
እነዚህ ነገሮች አሁንም ይሰራሉ እንግሊዝ ሀገር ውስጥ? Does this telephone booth still works in England?
We do still have them.
Yeah,
yes.
them.
Not so many as we used to,
Yeah.
but they still exist, and we're trying to preserve them because we know they are a very recognisable symbol of the United Kingdom.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So we can take photos here. እነዚህ ስለ እነዚህ እስቲ ትንሽ ኤክስፕሌን አድርጉልኝ። እነዚህ can you tell us about these?
Yes, so here we have the flags of the 4 parts of the United Kingdom. We've got for England here the Cross of St George, got the Welsh dragon, of course. Then we have Northern Ireland represented, and Scotland here at the end. So the United Kingdom is a very diverse country. We're made up of 4 different nations, and it's a fact not many people know, but English, the English language, which is an official language I think in more than 50 countries worldwide, is not an official language of the United Kingdom.
Oh, really?
It's indeed. In
ታዲያ
fact,
ምንድነው ዋናው ቋንቋችሁ እንግሊዘኛ ከሆነ? So what is the language?
well, people obviously speak English.
Yeah.
It is used by almost everybody.
Yeah.
But in law, in our very strange constitution, we don't have a written constitution, English is not an official language, but in Northern Ireland, Irish is recognised as an official language, and in Wales, the Welsh language is recognised as an official language. And in Cornwall too, which is in the far southwest of the United Kingdom, people speak their own language a little bit. They speak some Cornish.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's fine.
So one more question. So it's the king's birthday, yeah? Like ንጉሱ ልደት ነው የሚከበረው ነገር። ስለዚህ ንጉሱ ከመሆኑ በፊት የንግስቷን ነበር የሚከበረው ማለት ነው. So before it was the king's birthday, did you celebrate the queen's birthday? Or
Yes,
yeah.
we always used to celebrate the
Queen.
birthday of Her Majesty,
Yeah.
The Queen. And as we celebrate the new King's birthday, there's a lot of joy,
Yeah.
but also just a little bit of reflection about the contribution that Her late Majesty made to our national life and to the UK's role globally in the Commonwealth, but also more widely. So we are joyful about the new King, and we are grateful for the wonderful work that the late Queen did and the legacy which the King is continuing.
ለተመልካቾቻችን የሚያደርሱት መልእክት ካሎት መድረኩን ከፍቶለታለሁ. If you have a message to our viewers, to the Ethiopian people.
Well, first of all, it's a huge privilege to be the British ambassador here in Ethiopia, this great country. And we're working really hard to strengthen the bilateral relationship. We're giving support as far as we can to the people and the government of Ethiopia. And we want to see this great country come to peace with itself and continue to grow and develop and take its place, its rightful place as an important nation on this continent, but also more widely. And as Ethiopia does that, you will have no stronger friend than the United Kingdom. Thank you.
በጣም እናመሰግናለን አምባሳደር ኤምባሲውና መኖሪያ ቤቱ ጋብዘውን ይሄንን ኢንተርቪው እንድናደርግ ስለጋበዙን በጣም እናመሰግናለን። የዛሬ አምባሳደር ፕሮግራም ቆይታችን ይሄንን ይመስላል። ከአምባሳደሩ ጋር የነበረንን ቆይታ እንዳዝናናችሁ እናምናለን። በሌላ ፕሮግራም ከሌላ አምባሳደርና ከሌላ ኤምባሲ ጋር እስከምንገናኝ ድረስ ደህና ሁኑ። ደህና ሁኑ።
Goodbye. Is there room?
There could be a room.
Let's get you first.
Okay. Ta-ta! Yeah, we can both
And
be
then
in
me.
here. So it's like a photo booth, yeah?
Exactly.